What's up, guys? Your boy the Boom, and I am back for another video. I'm up late. It's really late, and I thought I was gonna be asleep, kind of was dozing off during the Royal Rumble, but I wanted to do a review for the Royal Rumble. Man, it was a very fun pay-per-view. It's my favorite pay-per-view of the year. It's always fun to watch. So, just wanted to give you my review on the show. There's some stuff I want to talk about, and man, I think it's gonna be a big debate on who should have won things and how the show should have turned out. But okay, first of all, let's start off with the crowd. That's the first thing I want to talk about. Now, one thing I hate is that these hardcore fans, they say crowds are boring because they don't cheer for stuff they don't know about. Some of these NXT guys that your hardcore fan base mindset is confusing you and make you think everybody knows these guys. Nobody knows half of these NXT guys. I'm sorry. Not even half. Most people do not know these NXT guys. So you gotta remember that. But this crowd for the Royal Rumble, I'm sorry, they were kind of just bad. They were a bad crowd. It was the most popular stars, and I still feel like they wasn't going crazy. Like Cody Rhodes, after they did the songs, they kind of just got quiet for everybody. CM Punk, they didn't get hype for him really. It was just kind of like, what is going on with this crowd? But one defense I'll have for them. Now I've went to a WWE show. I went to a couple of shows, and this show was long, 4 hours. It was 4 hours. 3 hour shows are long too. I went to Raw, and by the time it's like the end of the show, I am dozing off in my seat. It is a long show, so I kind of feel bad for them. And sitting in these long 4 hour shows is crazy. That's a long show, so I can kind of understand them kind of being quiet. And some of those, half of the females in that women's Royal Rumble just were all the same. And I talk about it all the time while I'm watching Raw. A lot of those females on Raw and stuff, they got colorful hair. They all look the same. And they have no interesting moves or anything. And they're bland. They're very bland. They don't talk. They're very bland. And, yeah, I'll defend the crowd on that. But people like Becky Lynch and Bianca Belair and stuff, they should have been way more hyped for some of these, the main people. But the hardcore fans, y'all gotta chill out with just thinking we gonna cheer for anything. Because I'm not gonna lie to myself and tell myself that Braun Breaker, I care about him just because y'all say he's good. He hasn't earned it. He has not earned it. So that's the first thing. I'm gonna say the crowd was bad because they didn't cheer for anything. They were really quiet throughout the show. So I'll say that. The Roman Reigns match. Roman Reigns got to show up more. He's really messing it up. He's messing it up. We got the same Roman Reigns ending to a match. The match was actually really good. It was good seeing AJ Styles get his Roman Reigns match like everybody else. Randy Orton, man, he's been on a good run. One of my favorites. Great match. I wish they would have won a little bit longer. If they would have won a little bit longer, I think it would have been even better. But it was still a good match. I had fun. The only problem was that they ended the Roman Reigns match the exact same way they always do. I hate that so much. Solo Sikoa came in and helped Roman Reigns win. It's so stupid. But I was sad. I think Randy Orton might have hurt his shoulder during the match. AJ Styles like he might have hurt his knee during the match, but he ended up looking like he was okay. But Randy Orton was holding his shoulder the whole match. So I think Randy Orton might be injured, man. He was on a good front row. He was getting so high for him, man. It seemed like he's trying to be a full-timer, but man, he's just getting old, man. It might not be for him anymore. But his shoulder, yeah, you could tell he was hurt. His shoulder was just tripping. And I know he's had shoulder problems throughout the years. So yeah, that just really messed up though. But the match was good. Logan Paul versus Kevin Owens. This match was kind of mid. It was kind of mid. It was nothing really crazy happened in the match. Logan Paul did the same thing Roman Reigns ended up doing and cheating. I thought that was kind of whack. I was like, no. But the way they ended it, he actually didn't end it like a Roman Reigns match. He cheated, but the referee didn't see that. Kevin Owens stole the brass knucks Logan Paul was trying to use to cheat, and then the referee caught Kevin Owens using it. I thought that was a really cool ending to a match. But the match was just mid, though. It didn't really have any crazy moments. I was a little disappointed about that. I thought they was going to be doing some crazy spots in the match. So yeah, that kind of sucks. But Logan Paul ain't gonna put on a banker every time. Why do you have to have a great match every single time? He's been putting on banger matches. So yeah, not every match is gonna work out. But Royal Rumble matches now. The women's Royal Rumble match was fun. The men's Royal Rumble match was fun. First, let's talk about the women's match. There are a few people I wish would have came, but it's fine. We got Naomi and Liv Morgan. I thought those were cool returns. I think Shotzi was a return too, but Shotzi ain't as good as like Naomi and Liv Morgan. We got Jade coming in. That was a pretty hype moment. And it was just one flaw I had in the Royal Rumble match was it was just a little bit too many of these no-name colorful hair girls. I'm sorry. It was just like Natalia's partner on Raw, and then you got the girl which I think is Johnny Gargano's wife. It's just some of them, they all look the same. It's kind of bland, and I just don't want to see the same people over and over again. I feel like they're all the same, and but they had some stars in there like Bianca Belair, Becky Lynch, Naomi. They did a good job. That like final 6 they had in the Royal Rumble, final 7 with the female Royal Rumble was pretty great. I like the story they was telling with the damage control in the Royal Rumble and stuff. That Kairi Sane spot where it looks like she got out. I think she got out. I'm gonna have to rewatch it again, look at it, look over it, but I think she got out, and it was trying to act like she didn't, but she got out. So, and the final 6 was just amazing. They made Jay look great. Like that was a great presentation for her. Naomi got a good run in there. I was happy about that. Sasha Banks, everybody's talking about they want Sasha Banks to come back. I'm sorry. I like Sasha Banks but she just kept leaving too much. She left she would leave and come back, and then she's a good wrestler, but her talking was kind of normal, and she just left a lot. So I kind of was over Sasha Banks. But I wanted to see AJ Lee. That would have been a great one. Alexa Bliss would have been a cool one. And I can't think anymore. I think last year's Royal Rumble was when Alexa Bliss was the last time Alexa Bliss was on TV. So it would have been cool to see Alexa Bliss and AJ Lee. Those would have been 2 cool ones. But can't get everybody. Still a fun Royal Rumble. Bayley won. Very well deserved. It's been a minute since Bayley got a big achievement like that. I'm happy for her. It was a good match. Fun Royal Rumble. It kind of, how she won, it reminded me how they kind of they're doing The Miz justice recently. Because I was getting mad that The Miz had to keep losing all the time. And then the same thing was happening with Bayley. I was getting tired of Bayley losing all the time. So I'm happy Bayley got her moment. And the men's Royal Rumble. It was good. I liked it. It was fun. They built up to a lot of storylines. It was getting hype. They had good people in the Royal Rumble. I'm happy they didn't put just group members from groups into the Royal Rumble. I'm happy they just had the leaders from groups in the Royal Rumble. Like, they didn't have the whole Street Profits, the whole Karrion Kross group. They didn't have the whole Santos Escobar group. They kept just the leaders in there. So we didn't have to have like people we really didn't care about. I thought that was smart, and they had good people in the Royal Rumble. Jey Uso was one of my favorites. I was like, let's go. And they built up to some stuff. I'm pretty sure Brock Lesnar would have been in it, but you know what happened. That's just a whole nother thing. But yeah, it was a good match though. Bayley ended up winning, good decision, and we got to the final 2 between CM Punk and Cody Rhodes. It was a good back and forth, and I was going back and forth in my head because when Gunther was in there, it was the same thing. I was kind of like, man, he can win. Drew McIntyre wasn't winning, but Gunther, CM Punk, and Cody Rhodes, I was like, man, they can win. He can win. It was pretty epic, right? And then you got Cody Rhodes versus CM Punk. That was a good back and forth because it really could have went either way. But then when CM Punk said, what'd he say? You're just Dusty's kid or whatever. That's when I was like, oh yeah, Cody Rhodes winning. You don't say stuff like that and just win like that. That wasn't gonna work. So yes, I think Cody Rhodes winning was the right decision. Some people might not like it. They might feel like CM Punk's was the person to win, and Cody Rhodes already had his moment last year in the Royal Rumble. CM Punk, I'm sorry. I talked about it in another video. It's not earned. He hasn't earned it. I'm sorry. Like, him winning it, him being that old guy, he talked about Undertaker 10 years ago, talking about how Undertaker was a 45-year-old. He didn't want to fight a 45-year-old dude that comes back. It's like, now you're that 45-year-old. He's 45 years old. And it's like, wow, it's crazy. He's that old guy now. And an old guy coming in, taking all the young guy's spot, it just wouldn't work for me. It was kind of awkward. I'm not going to lie. He was looking, old compared to everybody else. He was breathing all hard and stuff. Maybe that was the purpose of the match. Like, they was tired, but he was breathing hard. And I was like, this old guy coming in like Batista in 2014, winning the Royal Rumble. I think that would have been that wouldn't have been it. I'm sorry. It would kind of made him a bad guy, but still, CM Punk's my boy. He's still a GOAT. Like, eventually he's going to get his moment. I think Elimination Chamber, he can win that and still go fight Seth Rollins. But the Royal Rumble, I'm okay with Cody Rhodes winning. And he still has to lose to Seth Rollins, too. I think Seth Rollins needs to win that match, not CM Punk. But tell me how y'all feel about it. The Royal Rumble is a good pay-per-view. Very fun. We got some big moments. Really wasn't no returns. I think once again, I said Brock Lesnar, I think was going to be one, but you know what happened. And yeah, we had CM Punk. That was good enough. Fun pay-per-view. Can't wait till next year they do this again. And I'll see you on the next video. Peace out. Anime Boom.